She thought she was living the perfect life, until a stranger's touch woke her from an 8-year dream and forced her to choose between the safety of pretense and the terrifying beauty of being real. Maya sits in the therapist's waiting room, staring at her wedding ring. The gold band feels heavy today, like it weighs more than it should. She's been married to Alex for 8 years, and somehow those years feel like they happened to someone else. The office smells like lavender and old books. Dr. Roberts, her therapist, opens the door and smiles warmly. Maya has been coming here for 3 weeks now, trying to figure out why she feels so empty inside. "How was your week?" Dr. Roberts asks as they settle into their usual spots. Maya takes a deep breath. "I had this moment on Tuesday night. Alex and I were watching TV and I looked over at him. He was right there, maybe 2 feet away, but I felt like I was looking at him through a window. Like he was in a different world." She pauses, remembering that strange feeling. "We've been together for 10 years total, but I realized I don't really know what makes him happy anymore. I don't know what he dreams about when he's quiet." Dr. Roberts nods. "Tell me about Tuesday night." Maya's cheeks turn slightly pink. "Well, later that evening we were close, you know? But even then I felt disconnected. He was holding me, but his mind was somewhere else. I could tell he was thinking about work or his presentation the next day. And I just lay there afterward, staring at the ceiling, feeling more alone than when I was actually single." This isn't the first time Maya has felt this way. She's a successful interior designer who has built everything she thought she wanted. She and Alex own a beautiful house in the suburbs. They have good jobs, nice cars, and friends who envy their seemingly perfect life. But something is missing. "When I was 24 and single, I used to feel lonely sometimes," Maya continues. "But this is different. This is loneliness while lying next to someone who's supposed to know you better than anyone else." Maya remembers when things were different. In the beginning, she and Alex would talk for hours. They'd share their deepest thoughts, their silly fears, their big dreams. Alex would look at her like she was the most fascinating person in the world. Now their conversations are about practical things. "Who's picking up groceries? Did you pay the electric bill? What time is dinner with your parents?" "We're like roommates," Maya says quietly. "Good roommates who split bills and don't fight much, but roommates." Dr. Roberts leans forward slightly. "What do you think changed?" Maya has thought about this a lot. "I think we got comfortable. Too comfortable. We stopped trying to impress each other. We stopped being curious about each other. Alex used to ask me about my day and really listen. Now he asks, but I can see him checking his phone or thinking about something else while I'm talking." She remembers last Sunday morning. They were having coffee, and Maya was telling Alex about a new project at work that she was excited about. She was describing her vision for transforming an old warehouse into loft apartments when she noticed Alex's eyes had that distant look. He was present in body but absent in mind. "Am I boring?" she had asked him. "What? No, of course not," Alex had said quickly. "I was just thinking about the Johnson account." But Maya knew. She had become background noise in his life just like he had become background noise in hers. "I love him," Maya tells Dr. Roberts. "I really do. He's a good man. He's faithful, he's responsible, he works hard. He's never mean to me, but I feel invisible around him." Alex works in accounting at a mid-sized company. He leaves for work at 7:30 every morning and comes home around 6. They eat dinner together most nights, watch a show or two, and go to bed. Weekends are for errands, visiting family, or meeting up with other couples for dinner. It's a nice life. A stable life. A life that many people would be grateful for. So why does Maya feel like she's suffocating? "I keep wondering if this is just what marriage becomes after 8 years, Maya says. "Maybe the butterflies and excitement are just for teenagers and newlyweds. Maybe this comfortable, predictable thing is what real love looks like." But deep down, she doesn't believe that. She's seen couples who have been married for 20 years and still look at each other with genuine interest and affection. Her aunt and uncle, married for 30 years, still hold hands during movies and laugh at each other's jokes. "I want that," Maya admits. "I want someone to look at me like they're happy to see me. I want to feel excited about sharing my day with someone. I want to matter." Dr. Roberts asks gently, "When was the last time you felt truly seen by Alex?" Maya sits quietly for a long moment, searching her memory. She thinks about recent months, then recent years. She remembers their anniversary dinner 6 months ago. Alex had made reservations at a nice restaurant, but even then, he seemed distracted. He asked about her work, but in that polite way that people ask when they're being courteous rather than curious. "I don't remember," Maya finally says, and the admission surprises her. I honestly can't remember the last time I felt like he was really paying attention to me. Not just listening to respond, but actually hearing me. Meanwhile, across town, Alex sits in his office staring at spreadsheets that blur together. He's aware something is wrong at home, but he can't put his finger on what. Maya seems distant lately. She's been going to bed earlier and getting up later. She's been taking longer walks in the evening, sometimes for an hour or more. Alex wants to fix whatever is wrong, but he doesn't know what's broken. He's tried being more romantic. Last month, he brought home flowers for no special reason. Maya smiled and thanked him, but it felt forced. Like she was acting pleased rather than actually being pleased. He's tried planning special evenings too. A few weeks ago, he suggested they drive to the lake and watch the sunset, like they used to do when they were dating. Maya agreed, but during the drive, conversation felt stilted. They both seemed to be trying too hard. Alex loves Maya. He married her because she made him laugh, because she saw the world differently than he did, because being with her made ordinary things feel special. But somewhere along the way, they stopped being teammates and became parallel lines, moving in the same direction but never touching. He doesn't know how to bridge that gap. His attempts at connection feel awkward even to him. When he holds her now, it feels like he's going through motions rather than expressing genuine affection. The truth is, Alex has been on autopilot for months, maybe years. Work, home, sleep, repeat. He's been so focused on providing stability and security that he forgot to nurture the connection that made those things meaningful in the first place. Neither Maya nor Alex is the villain in this story. They're both good people who somehow drifted apart without realizing it was happening. They're both lonely, both wanting something they once had but don't know how to find again. The rain starts suddenly on Tuesday morning, one of those surprise downpours that sends everyone running for cover. Maya ducks into the first place she sees, a small coffee shop she's never noticed before. The bell above the door chimes as she shakes raindrops from her jacket. The place is cozy, with mismatched chairs and local artwork on the walls. Maya orders a coffee and finds a table by the window, watching people hurry past with newspapers over their heads. She pulls out her sketchbook trying to work on designs for her current project, but her mind keeps wandering. "Excuse me, is this seat taken?" Maya looks up to see a woman about her age, holding a steaming mug and smiling apologetically. The woman has dark hair pulled back loosely and kind eyes that seem genuinely interested in Maya's answer. Not just asking to be polite. "Of course, please sit," Maya says, closing her sketchbook. "I'm Luna," the woman says, settling into the chair across from her. "I work just down the street, but I've never been in here before. Sometimes you need a good rainstorm to discover new places, right?" There's something about Luna's voice that makes Maya want to keep listening. It's warm and genuine, like she actually cares about Maya's response rather than just making small talk. "I'm Maya. And you're right about the rain. I was just rushing to get somewhere dry, but now I'm kind of glad I got caught in it." Luna laughs, and it's the kind of laugh that makes you want to laugh too. "What were you working on?" she asks, nodding toward Maya's sketchbook. Most people don't ask about Maya's work with real curiosity. Alex used to, but now he just nods politely when she mentions projects. Her friends ask, but in that surface-level way where they're already thinking about what to say next. But Luna asks like she actually wants to know. "I'm an interior designer," Maya explains, opening her sketchbook again. "I'm working on this old building downtown. The owner wants to turn it into apartments, but I keep seeing it as something more creative." Luna leans forward, studying Maya's sketches. "These are beautiful. You draw buildings like they have personalities." Maya feels a little flutter of pride. When was the last time someone looked at her work and saw what she was really trying to express? "What do you see when you look at this building?" Luna asks, pointing to one of Maya's drawings. "I see a space where people could create things together," Maya says, surprised by how easily the words come. Not just live separately behind closed doors, but actually connect. Maybe studios on the ground floor where artists could work, and living spaces above that feel like home, not just places to sleep. Luna's eyes light up. "That sounds amazing. I'm a dance instructor, and finding affordable studio space is so hard in this city. Most places are either too expensive or too sterile." They talk for an hour about creativity, about spaces that inspire people, about how the right environment can change how you feel. Maya finds herself saying things she hasn't said out loud in years, ideas she'd almost forgotten she had. "I should probably get going," Luna says eventually, glancing at her phone. But this has been wonderful. I don't usually connect with strangers like this. Me neither, Maya admits. And it's true. She can't remember the last time she had a conversation that energized her instead of draining her. Luna hesitates for a moment. This might be forward, but would you like to get coffee again sometime? I'd love to hear more about your projects, and maybe you could help me figure out what I'm looking for in a studio space. Maya doesn't hesitate. I'd like that. They exchange numbers, and after Luna leaves, Maya sits for a few more minutes watching the rain slow to a drizzle. She feels different somehow, like she's been reminded of something important she'd forgotten about herself. Over the next few weeks, Maya and Luna meet regularly, always for innocent reasons. Luna wants advice on studio spaces. Maya is curious about Luna's work as a movement therapist. But Maya finds herself looking forward to these meetings in a way she hasn't looked forward to anything in months. Luna has a way of being present that Maya had forgotten was possible. When Luna asks how Maya's day was, she actually listens to the answer. When Maya talks about her frustrations at work or her ideas for projects, Luna asks follow-up questions that show she's been paying attention. You light up when you talk about creating spaces for people, Luna tells her one afternoon. They're walking through a neighborhood Maya is redesigning, and Luna has been asking thoughtful questions about Maya's vision. Do I? Maya asks. Yes, your whole face changes. You become more animated, more confident. It's like watching someone come alive. Maya feels a warmth spread through her chest. When was the last time someone had seen her that clearly? Luna shares her own story too. She talks about how movement and dance can help people reconnect with themselves, how the body holds emotions that the mind tries to ignore. I work with people who feel disconnected, Luna explains. Often they don't even realize how much they've been holding back, physically and emotionally, until they start moving freely again. Maya thinks about this a lot. She wonders what her own body has been holding back, what emotions she's been keeping locked away without realizing it. Their friendship deepens naturally. Luna invites Maya to watch one of her classes, and Maya is struck by how Luna moves through the world with such authenticity. She doesn't seem to be performing or pretending or holding parts of herself back. How do you do it? Maya asks one evening. They're sitting in Luna's small apartment, which somehow feels more like home than Maya's perfectly decorated house. Do what? Live so openly. You seem like you're always fully yourself, whether you're teaching a class or having coffee or just walking down the street. Luna is quiet for a moment. I haven't always been this way, she says finally. I spent years trying to be who I thought I should be. It nearly broke me. I had to learn to be authentic, and it wasn't easy. What changed? Maya asks. I realized that pretending to be someone else, even if that someone else seemed more acceptable or successful or normal, was making me disappear. I was becoming invisible to myself. Maya feels something shift inside her chest. Invisible to herself. That's exactly how she's been feeling. The scary thing about being authentic, Luna continues, is that it means some people might not like the real you. But the beautiful thing is that the people who do like the real you will actually see you. Maya looks at Luna and realizes she feels seen for the first time in years. Not just noticed or acknowledged, but truly seen and appreciated for who she really is. That night, Maya goes home to Alex and their comfortable house and their comfortable routine. But something has changed. She's been reminded that she exists as more than just a wife, more than just a role she's been playing. She's a person with thoughts and dreams and creative energy that has been dormant for too long. The question now is what she's going to do about it. Maya finds herself thinking about Luna constantly. Not in a way that feels wrong exactly, but in a way that feels significant. She replays their conversations, remembers the way Luna laughs with her whole body, how she asks questions that make Maya think deeper about her own thoughts. It's been 6 weeks since that rainy day in the coffee shop, and Maya's world has quietly shifted. She looks forward to Luna's texts. She finds excuses to drive past Luna's studio. She started paying more attention to how she looks when she knows she'll see Luna, though she tells herself it's just because Luna appreciates creativity and style. Tonight, Luna has asked for help hanging artwork in her new studio space. It's a small room above a bakery, with good light and wooden floors worn smooth by decades of use. Luna has been talking about this space for weeks, how she finally found something she can afford that feels right. Maya arrives with her toolkit and finds Luna surrounded by canvases and frames, looking slightly overwhelmed. I have no idea how to make this look intentional instead of random, Luna says, gesturing at the pile of art. Maya surveys the space, already seeing possibilities. What feeling do you want people to have when they walk in here? Safe, inspired, like they can be themselves without judgment. Maya nods, understanding immediately. She starts grouping pieces, seeing how colors and themes work together. Luna watches, occasionally offering input, but mostly just observing Maya work. There's something intimate about this, being in Luna's space, helping her create something important. Maya feels useful in a way she hasn't felt in months. They work together for 2 hours, moving pieces around, stepping back to evaluate, adjusting heights and spacing. Maya finds herself hyper-aware of Luna's presence, the way she moves, the little sounds of approval she makes when something looks right. Can you hold this steady while I mark where the nail should go? Luna asks, pointing to a large frame that needs to hang high on the wall. Maya positions herself behind Luna, reaching up to hold the frame level. Luna is standing on her tiptoes trying to reach the top corner, and Maya automatically places her free hand on Luna's waist to help steady her. The contact sends a shock through Maya's system. Not just attraction, though that's part of it. It's recognition. This is what it feels like to want to touch someone. This is what it feels like to be completely present in a moment. Maya has been sleepwalking through her life, and suddenly she's awake. I've been sleepwalking, she whispers, not meaning to say it out loud. Luna stills in her arms, then slowly turns around. They're very close now. Close enough that Maya can see the flecks of gold in Luna's brown eyes. What did you say? Maya's heart is beating so fast she's sure Luna can hear it. I said I've been sleepwalking. Through my whole marriage, through my whole life. But right now, in this moment, I'm completely awake. Luna studies Maya's face with an intensity that makes Maya feel transparent. Maya, I know this is complicated, Maya says quickly. I know I'm married. I know this changes everything. But I can't pretend I don't feel this. Luna reaches up and touches Maya's face gently. What do you feel? Like I've been playing a role for so long that I forgot who I really was underneath it all. Like I've been trying so hard to be the perfect wife. The successful professional, the person everyone expects me to be, that I lost myself completely. Maya pauses, trying to find words for something she's never had to articulate before. When I'm with you, I remember who I am. Not who I should be or who I'm supposed to be, but who I actually am. And that person wants things I've never let myself want. Luna's thumb traces Maya's cheekbone. What kind of things? I want to feel alive in my own life. I want someone to look at me the way you're looking at me right now. I want to matter to someone in a way that feels real and honest and present. The kiss happens naturally, inevitably. Luna leans up just as Maya leans down, and their lips meet with a tenderness that makes Maya's knees weak. It's gentle at first, questioning, giving Maya a chance to pull away. But Maya doesn't want to pull away. She wants to lean in, to explore this feeling, to stop denying something that feels more true than anything she's felt in years. When they break apart, Maya is crying, not from guilt or shame, but from relief, from the overwhelming joy of feeling awake in her own skin. I'm scared, Maya admits. Luna wipes away Maya's tears with gentle fingers. Of what? Of everything. Of hurting Alex, of changing my whole life. Of not being brave enough to choose what makes me happy over what makes sense. Luna pulls Maya closer, holding her securely. Do it again, human, Luna whispers against Maya's hair. Hold me like you mean it. It's both a request and a challenge. Be present, be real. Be here with me completely. Maya tightens her arms around Luna, and for the first time in years, she's not thinking about what she should do or how she should act. She's just feeling, just being, just allowing herself to want something without apologizing for it. They stand like that for a long time, holding each other in the middle of Luna's new studio, surrounded by the art they hung together. Maya can feel Luna's heartbeat against her chest, can smell the faint scent of her shampoo, can feel the warmth of her body through her clothes. This is what presence feels like. This is what connection feels like. So, this is what it means to be awake in your own life. I don't know what happens now, Maya says eventually. We don't have to figure it all out tonight, Luna replies. But we can't pretend this didn't happen. Maya nods, knowing Luna is right. Something fundamental has shifted. She can't go back to sleepwalking now that she knows what it feels like to be awake. That night, Maya drives home to Alex and their beautiful house and their comfortable routine. But everything looks different now. The furniture they picked out together, the photos on the walls, the life they've built. It all feels like someone else's life, like a costume she's been wearing that no longer fits. Alex is reading in bed when she gets home, glasses perched on his nose, completely absorbed in his book. He glances up when she enters, smiles briefly, then goes back to reading. "How was your evening?" he asks, not looking up from the page. "Fine," Maya says automatically, then stops. She's been giving automatic answers for years, going through the motions of communication without really communicating. But now that she knows what it feels like to be truly seen and heard, Alex's distracted attention feels even more hollow. Maya gets ready for bed in silence, thinking about the choice that's now in front of her. She can try to go back to the way things were, to push down these new feelings and continue playing the role of the contented wife. Or she can be honest about what she's discovered about herself, even if that honesty destroys the life she's built. As she lies in bed next to Alex, listening to him breathe in the darkness, Maya knows there's no going back. She's awake now, and staying awake is going to require courage she's not sure she has. But for the first time in years, she feels like herself, and that feeling is too precious to give up without a fight. Maya's life becomes split into two different worlds. During the day, she goes through the motions of being Alex's wife. She makes coffee in the morning, asks about his meetings, discusses weekend plans over dinner, but every conversation feels like she's reading lines from a script she's forgotten how to believe in. At night, she texts Luna. They meet for coffee, take long walks through the city, spend hours talking about everything and nothing. With Luna, Maya feels like herself again. She laughs without thinking about whether it's too loud. She shares opinions without worrying if they're the right ones. She exists without apology. The guilt sits heavy in Maya's chest, but it's complicated guilt. She feels bad about the deception, about having feelings for someone else while married, but she doesn't feel bad about feeling alive again. She doesn't feel bad about remembering who she is underneath all the roles she's been playing. Alex starts to notice changes. Maya seems distracted, always checking her phone. She started taking longer walks in the evening, sometimes disappearing for 2 hours at a time. When he asks where she's been, she gives vague answers about needing fresh air or wanting to explore new neighborhoods. "You seem different lately," Alex says one Thursday night over dinner. More energetic, but also more distant. "Is everything okay?" Maya freezes with her fork halfway to her mouth. "Everything's fine. Just work stuff keeping me busy." But Alex isn't convinced. He's started paying attention in a way he hasn't in years, and what he sees worries him. Maya used to be an open book. Now she feels like a closed door. The breaking point comes when Alex decides to plan a surprise weekend getaway. He books a cabin by the lake, the same place they went for their first anniversary. He thinks maybe getting away from their routine will help them reconnect. "I thought we could use some time together," Alex says, showing Maya the reservation on his phone. "Just the two of us, no distractions." Maya stares at the booking confirmation and feels trapped. A weekend away sounds like torture right now. 2 days of pretending everything is normal, of trying to be the wife she used to be, of acting like she hasn't discovered a whole different version of herself. But she can't say no without raising suspicions. "That sounds nice," she lies. The cabin is beautiful, surrounded by trees that are just starting to change color. Alex has brought wine and Maya's favorite snacks. He's trying so hard to be romantic, to recreate the magic they used to have. They sit on the porch that first evening, watching the sunset over the water. Alex reaches for Maya's hand and she lets him take it, but his touch feels foreign now. Not unpleasant, just disconnected from what she wants. "Remember our first time here?" Alex asks. "You said this was the most peaceful place you'd ever been." Maya nods, but she's thinking about Luna's studio, about how peaceful she feels there. How right everything seems when she's with Luna. That night, Alex tries to be intimate. He's gentle and patient, doing all the things he thinks she likes. But Maya feels like she's watching herself from outside her body. She goes through the motions, makes the right sounds, but inside she feels nothing. Afterward, Alex holds her close and whispers, "I love you." The words hit Maya like a physical blow. Not because they're untrue, but because she knows he means them. Alex does love her in his way. He's trying to be a good husband. He's not doing anything wrong. That's what makes everything so much worse. Maya lies awake all night staring at the ceiling, feeling Alex's arm around her like a weight she can't escape. She thinks about Luna, probably sleeping peacefully in her small apartment above the studio. She thinks about the choice that's been building inside her for weeks. She can continue this life, try to push down her feelings for Luna, attempt to resurrect what she and Alex once had. Many people would tell her that's the right thing to do, the responsible thing, the mature thing, or she can be honest about what she's discovered about herself, even though that honesty will destroy the life they've built together. The next morning, Alex suggests they go hiking like they used to. Maya agrees, hoping physical activity will distract her from her thoughts. But even walking through the beautiful woods, she feels disconnected. Alex points out birds and interesting trees trying to engage her, but Maya's mind is elsewhere. "Maya, what's going on?" Alex finally asks as they sit on a fallen log to rest. "You've been somewhere else all weekend. Actually, you've been somewhere else for weeks." Maya looks at her husband, this good man who deserves better than a wife who's emotionally checked out of their marriage. She sees the concern in his eyes, the genuine worry about their relationship. "I'm sorry," she says, and means it. "I know I've been distracted. Is it work? Are you unhappy about something? Did I do something wrong?" The questions break Maya's heart because they're so earnest, so confused. Alex is trying to fix a problem he doesn't understand, can't understand because Maya hasn't been honest with him. "You haven't done anything wrong," Maya says quietly. "That's almost the problem. You're a good husband, Alex, you do everything right." "Then what is it?" Maya takes a deep breath. She's not ready to tell him about Luna, not yet, but she can start being honest about everything else. "I've been feeling like I'm living someone else's life," she says slowly. "Like I've been playing a role for so long that I forgot who I really am underneath it." Alex frowns. "What do you mean?" "I mean that somewhere along the way I stopped being myself and started being who I thought I should be. The perfect wife, the successful professional, the person who has everything figured out, but I don't feel like me anymore." Alex is quiet for a long moment. "What does that have to do with us?" Maya looks at him. This man she's shared 8 years with and realizes they've been having different conversations for months, maybe years. He's been trying to fix their marriage while she's been trying to figure out if she wants to be married at all. "I don't know," Maya says honestly. "I'm still figuring that out." When they get home Sunday evening, Alex immediately notices that Maya checks her phone. Her face lights up slightly as she reads something, then goes neutral again when she realizes he's watching. "Who's texting you?" Alex asks, trying to sound casual. "Just a friend from work," Maya says, but she's not a good liar. Never has been. Alex doesn't believe her, but he doesn't push. Not yet. Over the next week, Alex starts paying closer attention to Maya's behavior. He notices she's started dressing differently, putting more effort into her appearance. She's happier after her evening walks than she is at home. She smiles at her phone in ways she hasn't smiled at him in months. The truth hits him gradually, then all at once. Maya is having an emotional affair, maybe more, with someone who makes her light up in ways their marriage hasn't in years. The confrontation comes when Alex finds Luna's number in Maya's phone. Maya has left it on the kitchen counter while she showers, and the screen lights up with a text that says, "Missing you today." Alex stares at the message, feeling his world tilt sideways. He knows he should put the phone down, should wait and ask Maya directly. But he scrolls through their text history instead, reading weeks of conversations that are intimate without being explicit, caring without being inappropriate, but definitely more than friendly. When Maya comes downstairs, Alex is sitting at the kitchen table with her phone in front of him. "Who is Luna?" he asks quietly. Maya stops moving. She sees her phone, sees Alex's face, and knows everything is about to change. "Alex, I can explain. Are you having an affair?" The question hangs in the air between them. Maya sits down across from Alex, her heart pounding. "Not the way you're thinking," she says carefully. "What way then?" Maya takes a shaky breath. "I'm in love with her." The words are out before Maya can stop them, hanging in the air like a confession that can't be taken back. Alex stares at her for a long moment. When he speaks, his voice is very quiet. "What did I do wrong?" And that's when Maya starts crying. Because Alex didn't do anything wrong. They're both good people who somehow became wrong for each other. And now they have to figure out how to untangle 8 years of shared life without destroying each other in the process. The conversation that follows is the hardest thing Maya has ever done. She sits across from Alex at their kitchen table. The same table where they've shared thousands of meals, and tries to explain something she's only just beginning to understand herself. I didn't plan this, Maya says, her voice barely above a whisper. I didn't wake up one day and decide to fall in love with someone else. Alex looks older somehow, like the revelation has aged him years in minutes. How long? 2 months. But Alex, it's not about time. It's about the fact that I've been sleepwalking through our marriage, through my life, and suddenly I'm awake. Because of her. Maya nods, unable to deny it. Luna sees me in a way I haven't felt seen in years. When I'm with her, I remember who I am. Alex runs his hands through his hair, a gesture Maya recognizes as his way of trying to process overwhelming information. What does that say about us? About our marriage? It's a fair question, and Maya has been thinking about it constantly. I think we both stopped trying somewhere along the way. We got comfortable, but not in a good way. We became roommates instead of partners. I thought we were happy, Alex says quietly. We were content. There's a difference. Alex stands up and walks to the window, looking out at their backyard. The garden Maya planted 3 years ago is full of flowers neither of them really notices anymore. What do you want me to say? Alex asks without turning around. That it's okay? That I understand? Because I don't understand how you can just decide our marriage doesn't matter. Our marriage does matter, Maya says. 8 years of our lives matter. But I can't keep pretending to be someone I'm not, just because it's easier than admitting we've grown apart. Alex turns back to face her. So what now? You want a divorce? The word hangs heavy between them. Maya has been thinking it for weeks but hasn't said it out loud until now. I think we need to be honest about what this really is, Maya says carefully. We're not happy, Alex, neither of us. We're just comfortable and familiar, and that's not enough anymore. Alex sits back down and Maya can see him fighting back tears. I love you, he says. I love you too, Maya replies and means it. But I'm not in love with you anymore. And I don't think you're in love with me either. Not really. Alex is quiet for a long time and Maya can see him thinking, remembering, evaluating their relationship with this new perspective. When did we stop being happy? He asks finally. I don't know. Gradually, I think. So slowly we didn't notice it happening. They decide to try couples counseling first. It seems like the responsible thing to do, the mature approach to saving a marriage that might still be salvageable. Dr. Peterson, their counselor, is kind but direct. In their first session, she asks them each to describe what they want from their marriage. Alex talks about stability, partnership, building a life together. He wants to work on communication, to rediscover their connection, to get back what they used to have. Maya talks about authenticity, about feeling seen and appreciated for who she really is. She wants to feel excited about sharing her day with someone, to matter in a way that feels real and present. Those aren't incompatible goals, Dr. Peterson observes, but they do require both people to be fully committed to doing the work. The sessions continue for 6 weeks. They talk about their communication patterns, their different love languages, their unspoken expectations. Alex makes genuine efforts to be more present, to ask better questions, to really listen when Maya talks. But Maya can feel the difference between effort and authenticity. Alex is trying hard to be the husband he thinks she wants, but it feels forced, like he's performing rather than just being. Meanwhile, Maya continues seeing Luna, though she's honest with Alex about it. They're not physical anymore, but the emotional connection remains strong. Luna is patient, understanding that Maya needs to figure out her marriage before they can move forward. I can't be your escape route, Luna tells Maya one evening as they walk through the park. You need to make this decision based on what you want, not on what you're running from. It's good advice, but it makes everything harder. Maya has to confront the truth that even without Luna in the picture, her marriage to Alex feels like wearing clothes that no longer fit. The turning point comes during a counseling session, 8 weeks after Maya's confession. Dr. Peterson asks them to do an exercise where they each share something they've never told the other person. Alex goes first. I've been going through the motions for months, maybe years, he admits. I thought if I just kept doing the right things, being responsible and reliable, that would be enough. But I haven't been emotionally present and I know it. He pauses, looking directly at Maya. I've been scared to be vulnerable with you because somewhere along the way, we stopped feeling safe with each other. Maya is surprised by his honesty. This is the most real Alex has been in years. When it's Maya's turn, she takes a deep breath. I've been pretending to be happy because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought if I could just be grateful enough for what we have, the feelings would follow. But I've been disappearing, little by little, trying to be the person I thought you wanted. Dr. Peterson nods. What I'm hearing from both of you is that you've been performing your marriage instead of living it. Over the following weeks, something shifts between Maya and Alex. They start having more honest conversations. Alex admits that he's been on autopilot, focused on providing security without nurturing emotional connection. Maya acknowledges that she stopped communicating her needs years ago, choosing resentment over difficult conversations. But honesty, while healing, also makes it clear how far they've drifted apart. They're like two people who've been walking parallel paths that have slowly diverged until they can barely see each other across the distance. The decision to separate comes gradually, with more sadness than anger. They realize they can either keep trying to force a connection that no longer exists naturally, or they can acknowledge that sometimes good people become wrong for each other. I don't want to hate you, Alex says one evening as they discuss practical arrangements, and I don't want you to resent me for the rest of your life. I don't hate you, Maya replies. I'm grateful for 8 years with you. You taught me what stability feels like, what it means to build something with someone, but I think we've built all we can build together. The divorce process is amicable but heartbreaking. They divide their belongings with the careful politeness of people who once shared everything. Maya takes the coffee maker they bought on their second anniversary. Alex keeps the bookshelf they assembled together during their first year of marriage. They sell the house, the beautiful home Maya designed and Alex helped choose. It feels like dismantling a life piece by piece, but also like releasing each other from a commitment that had become a burden. Maya moves into a small apartment across town. It's 1 bedroom with big windows and hardwood floors. She decorates it slowly, choosing pieces that feel authentically hers, rather than trying to recreate the style she and Alex developed together. 6 months after the separation, Maya and Luna begin dating officially. It's different from friendship, more intentional but also natural in a way Maya's marriage never was. Are you sure about this? Luna asks one evening as they cook dinner together in Maya's small kitchen. I don't want to be a rebound or a way of avoiding dealing with your divorce. Maya stops chopping vegetables and looks at Luna. I'm sure about you, she says. I'm sure about how I feel when I'm with you. Everything else I'm still figuring out, but I'm sure about this. Luna nods, then steps closer and wraps her arms around Maya's waist. Teach me again how to mean it, Luna says, echoing their first conversation about authenticity. Maya leans into the embrace, feeling fully present in her own skin for the first time in years. I'm learning, she says. We're both learning. The story ends not with easy answers but with honest questions. Maya is rebuilding her life from the ground up, discovering who she is when she's not trying to be who she thinks she should be. She's learning to live authentically, to be present in her relationships, to connect with others from a place of truth rather than performance. It's harder than the comfortable distance of her marriage was, but it's also more real. Maya has chosen the difficult path of authenticity over the safe path of comfortable pretense. Some days are easier than others. Some days Maya misses the security of her old life, the predictability of knowing exactly what each day would bring. But she doesn't miss the emptiness, the feeling of sleepwalking through her own existence. Maya is awake now, fully present in her life, and despite the uncertainty and occasional loneliness of starting over, she knows she can never go back to sleepwalking again. She's chosen truth over comfort, presence over performance, and that choice has changed everything. The real resolution isn't about choosing Luna over Alex, or even about choosing a different sexual orientation. It's about choosing to live authentically, to be present in her own life, and to connect with others from a place of genuine truth rather than comfortable pretense. Maya has learned that sometimes loving someone means having the courage to let them go. And sometimes loving yourself means having the courage to start over completely.